Achieve the ultimate transformation in existence. Giga. Get your Giga Poppy merch today. I have a variety of different shirts and sweaters, all in different colors and sizes. Check out the Poppy Polite merch at bonfire.com/poppy-polite-merch. Link in the description of this video.
Is Infinity Strash trash? Let's find out. What is Infinity Strash? Infinity Strash Dragon Quest: The Adventure of Dai is a quick retelling of episodes 1 to 41 of the 2020 anime of Dragon Quest: The Adventure of Dai. This game also has snippets of the original manga that act as cards, or bonds as this game calls them, that are basically buffs that you can add to your playable characters. They kind of remind me of spirits from Super Smash Bros. Ultimate's Adventure Mode. It's a really cool additional progression system that fans of the manga will absolutely love because it almost acts like a collecting mechanic as well. Can you collect all of the memory bonds? Gotta collect them all! I'm going to go through this game's positives first, then the negatives. Positives. 1. Story mode is pretty fun, especially for a Dai fan. Unlocking each character and later the character's different vocations and outfits is so awesome. Some boss fights have little mini-games attached to them, like the second Flazard fight or the Dragonoid Baran fight with Pop. These mini-games are cool because they make sense with the story of the anime/manga. 2. Love the consistency of learning new spells and abilities. I understand why some are locked behind story progression because it makes sense with the story. Either way, progression in this game feels really good. Speaking of spells and abilities, this game does a really good job on making you feel like you're hurting the enemies and bosses with your attacks. The attacks, from the most basic to the skills and coup de grâce, feel so good and satisfying. 3. Gameplay is a lot of fun. I really enjoyed the difficulty of this game. As you get further along in the story, the stages get harder with tougher enemies and more enemies in general. It never feels unfair, which is great. Also, the boss fights can get really hard, so grinding will definitely be a thing at times. Learning when and how to dodge is going to be the best way to get better at this game. There will be some boss fights where you'll need to learn when to dodge and in which direction. I definitely recommend learning how to perfect dodge more than perfect block, because dodging in this game is way more useful than blocking. Some enemies hit really hard, and so dodging is best. Try playing this game as if you're playing Bloodborne, not Dark Souls. Soulsborne fans should understand what that means. LOL. 4. This game looks really pretty. I'm playing on the Nintendo Switch, and it still looks really nice, especially all of the spells and abilities. I've seen some gameplay and footage from other systems like PlayStation 5 and PC, and it looks way better, but the Switch still does a great job. 5. Temple of Recollection is the best part of this game. I've already beaten the story mode of this game and attempted the challenge mode and got brutally destroyed. My plan now is to play all the way through the Temple of Recollection and keep leveling up my bond memories and spells, and eventually try beating the freaking challenge mode. Here's a quick message from today's sponsor, me! Guys, consider supporting me on Patreon so you can start earning mini medals that you can exchange for incredible prizes like Dragon Quest merch, games, figurines, and gaming systems like Nintendo Switch or PlayStation 5. I'm trying to raise funds to hire artists so I can take my personal Dragon Quest project more seriously. I've got many ideas in mind, like creating a manga series and also a card game. I've got multiple tiers available that you can sign up for. Any support is very much appreciated. Thank you so much, and let's get back to the video.
Wink.
Let's move on to the negatives of this game. 1. Cutscenes are cool, and I did enjoy them, but the anime does it so much better. I got to the point where I just wanted to play the game and started skipping the cutscenes, except for the ones that were redone for the game. I have to be honest though and say that this is not the ideal way to tell a story for a new game, especially if you want new fans to get into the series. I don't ever skip cutscenes in games, but this time I did because, again, I've already seen them all. I've already watched the anime twice, the 2020 version. And the 1991 version, I've watched most of it. 2, it's a really short game. Not many playable characters. Would have loved if they actually finished the story. And that's it. Overall, this game is made for fans, which is unfortunate because Dragon Quest Dai is a very amazing series, but does not have many fans worldwide. I really would have preferred this game to be one where the developers were trying to appeal to a new audience and not only to the fans. It almost feels like Square Enix and Dragon Quest have been focusing their attention on really catering to their core fan base lately. I mean, they're going to remake Dragon Quest III for like the 17th time with the new Dragon Quest III HD 2D remake. We're still waiting to hear more information about, and don't get me wrong, I'm excited for it, but you know. Dragon Quest Treasures was a decent game, but the whole point of it was to collect treasures, which were basically trophies of characters and monsters and moments from past games, which again appeals more to core fans. This game, Infinity Strash, form of storytelling was like a huge commercial for core fans to remind them of how amazing the manga and anime is, and potentially making us want to rewatch it or reread it. There might be some people that get interested in this game and want to go back and actually watch the anime or buy the manga, but I feel like that is a very small amount of people that will actually happen to. The game almost feels like a Lego movie, but not done as well. The Lego movies are all great, but they are all just glorified commercials for people to buy more Legos. This game attempts doing that by showing snippets of the anime and also unlocking manga panels with the Bond memories, but again, I feel like it wasn't done that well to appeal to new fans. I also can't help but feel like we should have gotten so much more. There are so many incredible characters in this series, and we are only allowed to play as 4 of them. I don't know if at the end of the day the developers just didn't have enough time or maybe didn't have enough of a budget to do everything they would have wanted, but it definitely feels like it. Now, I know I have been pooping on this game, but I don't want you to misunderstand me. I personally love this game. I still have so much game to play and I'm excited to keep playing it. The game feels really good, the characters are filled with so much life and personality, and this game does a really amazing job bringing these characters I love so much to life. At the end of the day, I'm reviewing this game based on the actual game and not what I wished they would have done. I'm glad we at least got a Dragon Quest Dai game, and I hope this game does well enough to convince Square Enix to let the team make a sequel with much more playable characters and more features or modes. I'm going to give Infinity Strash Dragon Quest: The Adventure of Dai 4 slimes out of 5 slimes. Let me know what you think.